No sooks, no lefties, just the way you like it. Here is Cory Bernardi and Michael Kroger in the Man Cave right now. So, Laurie Oakes, doyen of politics, blah, 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 but let's be honest, bit of a lefty. He did say this today about the Prime Minister, though, in the wake of The Voice. This is what he had to say, of course, to Deborah Knight, where he basically said the Prime Minister, the sort of stench of incompetence may stick around, Commodore 64 not working, so I'll act it out for you. He's really incompetent. Anyway, so, Cory, do you think that Australians perhaps have broken up with the great mind meld of the Prime Minister? The polling that came out from The Essential via The Guardian, 2PP right now, is 48-46, the rest undecided, in favour of Labor, but that's close. Primary vote of Labor now 32%, Libs 34%, Greens down 4 to 10. Is something changing, or are we again talking here in the scenario of majority versus minority because Albo will find a way?
Paul, I think something is changing because this was a catastrophic defeat for the Prime Minister. He was exposed as being just the flim-flam man. He didn't have any idea of the detail. He's chosen ministers like Bernie who are clearly incompetent and have no idea themselves. And it's turned the minds of the Australian people. Well, if they can't sell something that they've been planning for and promised, what hope have they got of saving our bacon? And then we've been warned about blackouts and brownouts, inflation pressures, which finally the media are starting to wake up to the fact that this is driven by immigration and it's going to make things worse. Interest rates are likely to go up again, so on. All of this is because of government inaction or government action. And the buck has to stop somewhere, and there'll be plenty in Labor who'll be happy for it to stop with the Prime Minister because they want to get rid of him. But there'll be plenty on the Liberal side who'll be taking some heart from it and thinking that Peter Dutton, finding his mojo, going against The Voice, now railing against some of the immigration issues and the wind farms and all of that, maybe the Liberal Party's getting back to its knitting. I just hope they do it if they win government as well as they do it in opposition.
Correct. Again, Michael, just about political judgment right now, we've seen the Prime Minister barrel on arrogantly $450 million, all right? We're going to see, he's going to stand up to China, but the reality was China held Australia up and they got the result that they wanted. But also, the judgment of Dutton here, right, said no to the Job Summit, said no to The Voice, saying no to these wind farms being rolled out, and even, again, in that lefty Guardian poll, 50% of people are pro-nuclear now.
Dutton has surprised everybody. He's done very well. He's certainly outperformed. Dutton is, thank goodness, talking to the working middle class. And that's where he gets a majority at the next election if he can. Albanese is not. Albanese has abandoned his base. He's talking to some elements of the socialist left, i.e. The Voice, and he's up there, with the hoi polloi. I haven't got many predictions wrong in the last few years on your show. I don't think I've got any wrong. So here's another one, right? Write this down.
Writing.
Albo is certain to lose his majority at the election, okay? So he's on 78 seats.
Yes. You've
got to have 76 for a majority. There's 151 seats in the reps. Can he lose more than 3? He's certain to lose more than 3. He's going to lose 2 to 4 in Western Australia.
Correct.
He'll lose 2 to 3 in New South Wales. He'll lose Lyons in Tasmania. He'll lose Aston in Victoria, probably Higgins in Victoria. He's down to 70. Whether and pretty well all of those goes to Dutton, so he gets into the high 60s. That's the good news. You know what the bad news is?
Yeah, minority lefty.
You're going to have a minority. You're going to have minorities in both, which means you short the all ordinaries because the Australian stock market is going to decline if you have governments with a minority in both houses.
I'm with you on that prediction right now, is that I think that's the case. I also think the Greens might get one in southeast Queensland, but we'll see where it all goes. I know.